Hey, hi guys, welcome back to test automation tool Selenium. This is Bakkappa. So in this today's Selenium C# tutorial, we'll discuss page object model in Selenium. Let us jump to the high level agenda for today's Selenium tutorial. First, we'll discuss why we need a page object model. Then we'll discuss what is page object model. Then we'll discuss what is page factory. Then we'll discuss what are the advantages if you implement a page object model. Then we'll see how to implement page object model. Then we'll see a sample demo on how you can create your pages and how you can write your test scripts. At last, I have one assignment. So let us jump to the Visual Studio. So before creating our test script, I will go through with the slides. Then we'll discuss a simple scenario. Then with respect to that, we'll start implementing the page object model concept. So first we'll discuss why we need a page object model concept. So this is a very simple test script. I have image here. So if you look at here, just I have implemented a simple script that contains Chrome browser launching and maximizing it, and it is entering some URL, and after that it is identifying the web page element by using ID and text link text, and next time they are identifying by using the link text. So basically if you look at here, in the second time also they are identifying the web page element by using the ID and link text. In the third time also, if you look at the find element, they are identifying by using the ID, link text and link text. So basically what is happening here, every time we are using the driver object to find any web page element. Say for example, if you have 1,000 or 2,000 test scripts, so you will be following the same steps. You will be writing driver dot find element by ID or XPath, CSS selector, tag name, class name, etc. So whenever the changes come to this particular ID, so you need to walk through with all the 1,000 or 2,000 test scripts, and you need to modify the value of this particular ID. So that is not a simple task, right? So that's the reason we have a page object model where we can define web page element at one time. So if any changes come to that particular web page element, you will be changing only at one place, so that it can impact everywhere you use that particular web page element. So let us discuss what is this page object model. So page object model is a design pattern to create an object repository for web-based applications. The next point we have is, in this form, for each web page there will be a corresponding page class. So that particular second statement, what it is saying is, say just you consider on, just I have created one simple page object model folder, and I have created all the pages here. If you just consider youtube.com, when you enter youtube.com, you'll be seeing the first search page. When you enter something in the search text box, and if you click on the search button, you will be navigating to the result page. So I have created here the result page. If you click on any of the video, it goes to the video page, and if you got some channel name, so if you click on channel name, it goes to the channel page. So this is how you need to create a pages. For each of the web page there will be a corresponding class. Moving on to the third point, each web page, all the web elements of that page and containing page method that perform the operation on those web elements. In the third statement, what we are telling is, just I will take a simple example where the user needs to be sign up for the particular web page. So user has to enter all the information like user first name, last name, middle name, date of birth, country, state, all those things. So that action you are performing in a single page. So that behavior or a abstraction method you need to implement in that particular page itself. So that how you can implement that also we'll discuss in the while implementing page object model concept. Moving on to the next point. Name of the method should be given as per the task they are performing. So this will be very easy to identify the other person what exactly that particular method is doing it. So we'll see what is the page factory. Page factory is an inbuilt page object model concept for Selenium Webdriver, but it is very optimized. Page factory is an optimized way to create a object repository in page object model concept. So basically that is a stat basically that is a class by using the init elements to that will be used to initialize all the web page element in that particular page. So these are the advantages I have. First one is operations and flows in the UI should be separated from verifications so that our code will be cleaner and easy to understand. Second is object repositories independent of test cases so that you can in a less keystrokes you can create your test scripts. Third point we have is code becomes less and optimized because of reusable method in the POM classes. So basically when we have a one simple page, whatever the action you are performing in that particular class, you are entering some data into that particular fields or you are clicking on that particular any of the web page element. So that action method will be implementing in the same class itself. So duplicate code can be avoided and it is very easy to maintain because we have a separate all the page elements and the test methods. And last point we have is we will be doing a reusability of the code. So next slide I have is how to implement the page object model concept. We follow the concept of separation of page object repository and test methods. So basically we'll be having a separate object repository classes and the test methods. And the second point is we use the finds by to find a web element by using the locators like id, name, tag name, link text, etc. We have a static method called init elements to use to initialize the web elements in that particular page. So this is how it looks like. So I have taken the example of youtube.com and I have created all the pages, search page and result page and video page and channel page. Based on the number of pages appearing in the application, that many number of pages you need to create in the page object folder. Then there will be a respective test script classes. So let us jump to the Visual Studio. So same will implement here. So before moving on to the Visual Studio, I will just discuss for what is the scenario we are going to write our test script. So this is my youtube.com. When you go to the youtube.com, here I will write something. Say for example, you can search with anything. So in my case, I'm just searching with Selenium C# by Bakkappa. Once you search this particular once you enter this particular value into text box and if you click on this search box, it is giving you the set of results. After getting these results, I will be clicking on this particular channel name and here I'm getting the channel name and just I'm validating this particular channel name is displayed properly or not. So that's it. Just I'm going back here. So if you look at here, after entering this YouTube page, you are getting the search page. So we need to create one page called search page. After entering some value into the search box, if I click on this particular search button, I'm getting the one more page called result page. It is giving me the all the relevant results. So second page I need to create as a result page. So once I click on this particular channel name, I'm getting a page called channel details page. All the videos what he has uploaded, all the relevant stuffs. So this is my scenario. We need to create total 3 pages, and we need to create all the web page elements, and we need to create the actions as well. So let us jump to the Visual Studio. First we will create a page object classes, then we will implement a test script. So what I'll do is just I'm creating a simple folder here, page objects. That's it. Under the page object, under page objects, I will create one class called just now what we have discussed. We need to create a total 3 page classes. First one is search page, then result page, then channel page. So first I'll be creating search page. That's it. Then I'm creating one more class called result page. That's it. I'm going to create one more page called channel page. So click on add button. So till now we have created total 3 classes. First one is the search page, result page, and channel page. So I will create one more folder called test scripts. So under that I will create one class. Simply I will give the class name as a module 1. That's it. Click on add button. So I'll open this particular module 1. So basically this module 1 is nothing but my test suite, I can say. So I will surround this particular class with the test fixture. That's it. Just import the relevant packages, and I'll make this class as a public. That's it. Under that I will define one test method. So public void test method 1. That's it. So if you remember previously we have created one base test. So if you go to this particular base class, in this we have created one method called open. So that is containing the setup attribute, and the second one is close, that is containing the tear down attribute. So let me explain what exactly this particular base test contains. So we have declared one public iWebDriver interface. Then we have assigned this driver to the Chrome browser. So basically this particular open method, what it does is, this particular method will be getting executed before executing any of the test methods in the particular class. So after executing, test methods, this particular method will be getting executed. So in the open method, we have created the object of Chrome browser. So it launches the Chrome browser, then it maximizes the Chrome browser, then it enters this particular URL. So in our case, we are entering the youtube.com. So let me change this particular URL to the youtube.com. That's it. Then in the close method, just we are closing the web browser. That's it. So what I will do is I will inherit this base test class into the model1 class. So you need to use a colon symbol to inherit that particular base test class. So that comes under the base class folder. So if I click on model1, so I'll be clicking on the base test, just press control dot. So it is asking us to just import this particular packages. So just select that particular using statement. So that's it. So what I will do is just I will give a filter by class. So that's fine. What I will do is just I'll rebuild this particular solution. So that's all. We have defined one model1 class, but we have not represented this particular test method as a test. So just I'll represent this particular test as a test. I mean the method test method 1 as a test. If I rebuild this particular solution, now we should be able to see the model1 class. So if you look at here, so you are getting the model1 class as a one method we have called test1 method. So just I will try to execute this particular test method 1, because what it does is before executing anything in this test method 1, it launches the web browser, Chrome browser, then it maximizes it, it enters the youtube.com, then it closes the web browser to make sure that whether it is working or not. So that's the reason I'm running this test method 1. Then we will implement page object classes. Yeah, it is opening the browser and it is launching it is entering the proper URL and it is closing the web browser. That's all. So let us move on to the page object classes. So first page I have is search page. Let me define this particular class as a public. So that's it. So if I go to the youtube.com, so first I need to identify this particular search box. So if I right click on this particular search box, here I'm able to see all the HTML details. So I'll identify this particular search box by using the ID as a search as a value. So what I will do is to identify any of the web page element, we have a attribute called finds by. So before entering that particular attribute, we need to import one package called using openqa.selenium.support. Then you need to import one more class called page objects. So by using this particular class, you should be able to define the finds by attribute. So that basically you'll be using to identify any web page element. So what I am doing here is just I'm identifying this particular text box, search text box. by using the finds by. Then you need to specify how exactly you are going to identify any of the web page element. So in my case, I'm identifying this particular text box by using the ID. So I need to specify here it as ID. So that's it. So how it will return the type of value is how type. So you need to assign that into the how type. So one more we have keyword called using. So under this you need to specify the value. So here I'm identifying this particular search text box. So by using the ID. So here I have specified the ID. So if you are identifying by using the CSS selector, class name, ID, I mean the sorry, link text name, partial link text. So you can identify any web page element by using these locators. So in my case, I'm identifying that by using the ID. That's it. So we need to use a shortcut here. One is just type prop, then press double time tab. So this automatically generates the setters and getters. So this is our web element, right? So I need to specify the iWeb element for this. That's it. So this is our name of the web element. So here I'm giving the search text box. That's it. So you need to import the relevant classes. That's it. So first I have identified this search text box. I need to click on this particular button, search button. So I'll inspect that particular web element. If you look at here, this is a button we have. So I will use the ID. Here I'm writing simple CSS selector for this, identifying this particular button. So I have a ID value. So how you can identify particular web element by using the ID in CSS selector is just you need to use the hashtag. So if you look at here, it is identifying that particular button. So this is my CSS selector. So here I'm using the finds by attribute to identify that particular button. So here I'm specifying the how dot. So I'm identifying that particular button using the CSS selector. Then I'm using I'm writing a using keyword here. Then I need to specify the value under a string. So just I will copy this. So this is the ID value we have. If you look at here, search hyphen icon hyphen legacy. That's the value I have specified. As it is the ID, so that's the reason I have used the hash symbol. That's it. So I'll paste it here. That's all. So I'll represent this particular web element by typing prop, and I'll press double time tab from the keyboard. Sorry. This is a iWeb element what we have. That's it. You need to specify the name of the web element. So here it is search button. So whenever we are identifying any web element by using the locator, if you are using how dot any locator, so that returns you the how type. So that's the reason you need to store that into the how type. So that's it. So one action we need to perform once after entering any value into here, and if you click on this particular button, it is returning you the set of values. So what you need to do is that action method you need to implement here. You can say behavioral method or a abstraction method or action methods. So before that you need to do one thing. To initialize all these web elements, you need to define one constructor called constructor that should be public, then followed by class name. So that this accepts the Webdriver object. That's it. So it accepts the Webdriver object and it assigns to the O1 class Webdriver. So that's the reason I'm defining here Webdriver interface reference variable. So that's it. It accepts the driver object and it assigns to the own driver. So that's the reason I will use this keyword here. This dot driver equal to this represents. So this represents, it assigns this particular driver object to the current class. That's it. So we need to write one more statement called page factory. This particular statement I am writing it for initialize all the web elements what we have defined just now, search text box and search button. So you need to use the search factory dot init elements. So basically this will be using for initializing all these web element. So here I am specifying this driver, then this. So this represent all driver object and this represent current classes objects. So that's it. So we need to implement one behavioral method or a abstraction method so that performs this particular action. So what we need to perform action here is, so once you enter this particular text in the search text box, if you need to click on this particular button, so it is navigating to the result page. So this particular behavior we need to implement in the search page. So what I will do is I'll create a simple method, public void navigate to result page. So name should be very proper. So whatever the task it is performing, based on that you can specify the test method name, the method name. So what I will do is first I need to enter the text into this particular search box. So I'll use this particular web element, search text box. Then I'll use the send keys method to enter something into that particular text box. Here I'm writing Selenium C# by Bakkappa. That's it. And one more web page element we have is search button. By using that, I need to click on this particular button, right? Once I enter this particular text. So I'm here calling to the click method. That's it. Now the implementing of this particular search page, it is completed. Now go to this particular test script folder. Under that click on module 1. So here we need to, basically it is accepting, it is inheriting the properties of base test. So that contains the setup attribute and a tear down attribute. So basically it is, before running this particular test method 1, it is launching the web browser and it is entering the URL that is youtube.com. After executing this particular method, it is closing the web browser by using the tear down attribute. So we need to perform some action in the this particular website. So what we need to do is we need to first create the object of the this particular search page. So let me create the object of this particular search page. Then I will call to this particular method called navigate to result page. Let me write a result page. So that's it. I will call to this particular method. So go to the module 1 test method 1. Here I'm using the new keyword and followed by the class name. So basically this is how you need to create an object. So if you look at here this particular search page, whenever you are creating an object for this particular search page, it is accepting the argument as a driver type. So that I will specify here as a driver. So just click on the search page, just import the relevant packages, classes. So this driver I am passing because we are inheriting it from the base test. This already contains the iWebDriver interface reference variable. This driver I am passing into the search page while creating the object. So I will assign that into the var search page. So that's it. By using this particular reference variable, I'll be calling to the navigate to result page. So that's it. So my script, it is first part is ready, and the second part is once we got this particular result page, we need to click on this particular channel name. Once you click on this particular channel name, validate this particular text. So before that, we will run this particular test script and we'll see whether it is running properly or not. So I will use the thread.sleep so that we can see the result. Sleep. I will specify 5000 milliseconds. So you can implement explicit wait and you can put it over here, that you can write a particular statement after writing the steps. So just control, you can press control dot, so import the system dot threading. That's it. If I run this particular test method 1, so now we have implemented only search page, web page elements, and we have implemented all behavioral methods in that particular page. And next we need to implement result page web page element, and we need to implement a behavioral methods or abstraction methods. So it is entering and simply it is going to the result page. Now we need to click on the this particular channel name, right? If you look at here, it is looking like a but link, right? So that's the reason what I will do is I will identify this particular, I need to click on this channel name link. So that's the reason I will do is I will identify this particular web page element by using the link text. So if I go to the result page, I'll specify the class as a public. That's it. Simply I will copy the constructor from search page. I will copy one web page element as well. That's it. So you need to change the constructor name as a class name. Then you import all the relevant classes and packages. That's it. So in the result page, I need to identify this particular channel name. So what I will do is, it is something, it is similar to the link text. So that's the reason what I will do is, I'm identifying this web page element as by using the link text. That's it. Here I need to specify the value. I just will copy this particular text. That's it. So let me specify the name of the web element as a channel name, link text. That's it. So my web page element is ready, and after that I need to implement one behavioral method or abstraction method. So here I'm writing one method called public void navigate to channel. So here I'm specifying method name as navigate to channel. So that's it. So I'll take this particular channel name, link text, and just I will click on that by using the click method. That's it. Before that, I will keep some weight by using the thread.sleep. You can implement your own explicit weight, and you can write that statements here. Here I'm using 3000 seconds. That's it. Just import the relevant classes. That's it. Simple. So we have defined one simple constructor, and we have defined one simple web page element, and we have implemented one behavioral method for this particular result page. For this particular result page, we have implemented one web page element to identify this particular channel name, and we have implemented one method called navigate to channel. So that method we have implemented, and we have just called into one method called click, so that it can click on this particular channel name. That's it. It is very simple. Before to this particular result page, we have one page called search page. So if you look at here, I want to give the driver to the next page. So that's the reason what I will do is, I'm calling to the one method called navigate to result page. So it is not returning anything because the type of this particular method is void. So I want to return the driver to the next page, that is our result page. So that's the reason what I will do is, I will change this void to the class type, that is the result page type. So basically I need to return the object to the object of result page. Here I'm writing result return new followed by the result page, and I need to pass the object as a driver. So basically why I'm writing this return statement is, I'm navigating to the different pages. Let me go to the youtube.com. First will be in search page. After entering this particular search page, I'm navigating to the different page. So that's the reason, if my control has to pass from search page to the result page, so that's the reason I'm returning here the next page type. This is my result page type. If I go to the model one, so after calling to this particular method navigate to result page, I'm getting the return type as a result page type. So that's the reason I'm storing that into the var type. As you know, var is capable of storing any kind of values. So here I'm specifying the result page as a reference. By using the result page reference, I'm going to call one method called navigate to channel. So this particular method we have implemented in the result page. So this particular method I'm calling in the second step. That's it. The second part is done. Let us execute this particular text. So now it should launch particular web browser and it has to enter the search text box. Search in the search text box, it has to enter the some value, and it has to click on the particular search button, and it has to navigate to the result page. Once it is navigated to the result page, it has to click on the channel name. Then it goes to the channel name page. In the last page, we will identify that particular channel name and we will validate that particular channel name is displayed properly or not. So till now we have implemented two tasks. First is search page and the second is result page. Perfectly, it is working fine. It is navigated to the channel name page. So till now we have implemented two classes, search page and result page, and the next part is channel page. If I go to channel page, so here we need to let me go to this particular channel. So here what I'll do is I'll inspect this, I'll identify this page element. I will validate this particular channel name is displayed or not. Till now we have done two tasks. In the first search page, we have entered a text and we are searching with the particular text. In the second result page, just we are clicking on the channel name. Then it is navigating into the channel page. In this channel page, we will get this particular text. We will validate whether it is properly displayed in the web page or not. So let us identify this particular web element. So before that, we'll implement the channel page class. So I'll make this particular class as a public. That's it. I'll go to the result page. Just I will copy the constructor and the web element. So I'll replace class name with the class name for the constructor. Then I will import all the classes. Just press control dot. It will import all the relevant classes. So that's it. So we have defined a simple constructor to initialize all the web elements in whatever you are defining in this channel page. So first we need to identify the particular web element. So here I'm identifying this particular channel name. If you look at here, this is my header tag. Under that we have as a span tag. First I need to identify this particular header tag, then I need to focus on the span tag. So I'll identify the header tag by using the ID. As you know how to write CSS selectors. If you are not familiar with how to write a CSS selector and dynamic XPaths, in my channel just search with Bakkappa and you write how to write a CSS selector or dynamic XPaths. So here I'm representing this particular ID. Here I'm writing hashtag. If you are identifying any web page element by using the ID, in case of CSS selector, you need to specify the hashtag followed by the value. So first we had a header tag, then followed by the span tag. So that's the reason I have specified the ID here, that is to identify the header. Then I will write greater than symbol. So we had one more tag called span tag. So that's the reason here I'm writing span. So if you look at here, it is identifying that particular web page element, that is channel name. So I will take this particular CSS selector, I'll paste it here. So I'll change the locator as a CSS selector. Very simple. Then I will change the web page element name as channel name. That's it. So we need to implement one method that should returns me the text of this particular web page element. So what I will do is, here I am implementing one method called public. So return type of this particular method is string type. Because I'm using this particular element channel name, I'm getting the text in this particular method. So here I'm writing the name of the method as get channel name. That's it. So I will use this particular web page element channel name. I'll say just dot text. So that's it. So let me see what exactly the error is. Just give me a second. So as type of this particular method is string type, so that's the reason you need to write a return statement. That's it, simple. So I have defined one constructor for this particular channel page to initialize all the web page elements. Then I have implemented one abstraction method or a behavioral method so that perform the action on this particular method, particular page I mean. So that's it, very simple. I will go to the model name, and before that what we need to do is we need to return the driver from result page to the channel page. So what I will do is I'll change this void into the channel name, I mean return type. I'll return the channel page type. Then I will write the return statement. Then I'll create the object of channel page so that my driver can navigate it to the channel page. I'm passing the driver object. That's it. So if I go to the model one, so this particular method returns the type of value is channel page type because I have written the object of channel page type. So as you know, var is capable of storing any type of value. I'm storing that into the var type. So by using this object of channel page reference variable, I'm going to call one method called get channel name. So basically this is the last task, third task we have. Just we are validating this particular channel name is displayed properly or not. So here I'm getting the text of this particular channel name. I will store that into the type of into the string as a actual channel name. That's it. So this is the actual channel name. I'm getting it from the web page, that is from the channel name. Then we should have a expected string value. So that's the reason I'm specifying expected channel name. So here I'll specify the string value. So I'll copy this particular string, then I'll paste it here. That's it. So now we need to write a assertive statement so that it can compare both the values. So I have actual value and the expected value. So just we need to compare both the values. So how you can do is, So basically I'm writing a statement for assertion here. Assert dot is true. So basically this particular statement will be getting executed. I mean this particular test method one will be getting passed. Whatever you are specifying the condition here, if it is true, then only this particular test method one will be getting passed. Otherwise it will get failed. So what I will do is, these are the two strings. As you know how to compare two strings, I'm taking the actual value dot, I'm using the string operation here. I'm using the method called equals. Then I'm specifying the expected channel name. If both are equal, then only this particular test will be getting passed. Otherwise it is getting failed. If I execute this particular test method 1, now it should get passed because it is what we have specified the expected value, that is a channel name, it is correct. So next time we will pass the incorrect expected, and both will be not matching. That time particular test will be getting failed. So basically first thing is what we have done is we created pages. After that we have specified all the web page elements and behavioral methods. Just we are calling those methods in the our test methods. So let me see what exactly this error is. It should not fail in our case. So it is saying that particular channel name what we have identified, it is wrong. So let me specify a little bit wait here before getting the text here. I'll use a thread.sleep. I'll specify some 3000 seconds. Then I will import relevant classes. That's it. Go to the class, right click on the this test method 1 and say run test. So this is another way of running your test script, particular test scripts. At least this time it should get passed because there are no, because whatever we are doing assertion here, it is correct. Expected value and the actual value should are matching. So let's wait for the web page to respond. So it is entering the search text box, I mean search value. So it is perfectly navigating to the channel. Hey, hi everyone. And if you look at here, my test is getting passed. You can see all the green colors, green color on the taskbar, something like that. So here now expected value and the actual value are matching. So let us say whatever it is my expected value, I'll change little bit here. Just I will delete the test ng from this particular expected string. So let us execute this particular test. This time it is not matching actual value and the expected value. I mean the strings, whatever we are getting the channel name string and whatever we are specifying the expected channel name. So this time it should get failed. In most of the times you people will be facing synchronization issues only, because if you are not specifying the proper time in between the steps, because of those reasons your test scripts may fail. So if you look at here, it is got failed. If you select this particular test method 1, here you are seeing, right, expected is true but it was false. So that means actual and the expected values are not matching here in the particular line. If we click on this particular module 1 test method, it is coming and it is stopping over here because error we are getting here, this particular assertion is getting failed. So that's all for this page object model concept. At last I have one assignment. After navigating here, so we have asserted the channel name here. What you can do is click on any of the video. My assignment is here, just you get this particular title of the video and you perform the assertion on the title of the video. So that's my assignment. So whatever I listed in the today's Selenium tutorial I have covered. If you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section of this below video, and also you can send out an email to my Gmail ID. So next tutorial on Selenium is how to execute Selenium C# script on Jenkins. Please click on subscribe button if you want to get more updates from this particular channel, and click on like and share button. Thank you so much for watching this Selenium tutorial.